Hey guys, so I am on here looking like a 90s greasy Angelina Jolie from Tomb Raider days with my hair ponytail. My nose is red and my chest is red from irritation on trying to do this video, but we are gonna get started. Today I decided to do the other mother from the movie Coraline. I know Coraline was highly suggested. If you haven't seen this movie, I cannot believe it's a children's movie because it is super deep and creepy and crazy and I love it. Also, while I was looking up pictures of Coraline's other mother on Google as references, I found this amazing cosplay makeup to inspire me because it is done so professionally, amazingly well. Whoever did this, the inspiration in my mind is outstanding. And it's hard for me to explain this character. She's very, very scary. You would have to watch the movie to really understand how insane she is. So I'm going to start by pulling my bangs back and getting your white tube paint. Hopefully your Halloween stores have it this time of year. Put it on a palette. You could dilute it a little bit with water and apply it with a foundation brush because I find this is the less harsh way to apply it to your face. It is really, really hard to make this not look streaky. If you have a more high-end white makeup product that applies more evenly, I would definitely suggest you use that. But for money's sake, and I was raiding the Halloween stores this past week, I'm going to use this one. You want to apply that all over your face, down your neck, to your chest to make it look like you just dunked your head into some frosting. I've never popped out of a cake before, but I'm sure this is what I would kind of look like if I did. And then after that, you are going to get your arms, whatever's visible. You can get your entire arm, depending if you're going to go to a costume party like this. And now that we look like we've been sucking people's souls out of their bodies, we're going to take some black face makeup paint and a thin paintbrush and paint in our eyebrows. You can make them thin and kind of arched to make them look as evil as you want. But the other mother from Coraline looks like a 1950s movie star with these eyebrows, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to get even thinner paintbrush and then do some of the cracked marks on her face. I love how evil and creepy she looks. She looks like a really messed up porcelain doll that just fell to the ground and got her face smashed in. It's like a death clown mixed with a porcelain doll, if I could explain her. And then I'm going to get a wider paintbrush and then paint my neck. She has this really like sunken in chest where they have different shadows and different morphs of her. She goes from like a regular mom with button eyes that's semi-cute and adorable and cooks you all the food you ever want, which I would fall for, to a very evil version that's this. So you want that sunken in bony chest, and we're going to do that with this black makeup. Nothing has to be super intricate. You do not have to do like the medical exact anatomy of a chest. You just have to make it look semi-decent with depth because you don't want the attention to draw away from your face. And then we're going to take that same brush with the black and then apply it on our arms and have like these lines to make it look like joints and bones, and you could do it all the way down to your fingers. I just made like the lines where my actual bones on my hand would be to make them look like thin, very long, spidery fingers. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. She transforms into crazy versions of monsters. She has multiple stages. She's like a butterfly except an evil, disgusting, crazy one that's not pretty and steals children's souls. Then we're going to take our matte black lipstick, this really cool gothic looking one. I love this stuff. I got it from Hot Topic with the lip brush, and then apply it to our mouth to make that creepy, creepy motherly smile. You're going to want to leave a little bit of room on your top lip so you could put some pink in to where you're going to put the gums. Like they're going to be a dirty pink gums, like she's been like chewing on people's flesh in the dark. You were going to look like the Joker from Batman a little bit if it was the gothic version. Now for the teeth, since the other mother from Coraline has very sharp razor teeth, I'm going to use this black tooth wax for the very first time, so don't judge me if I do it wrong. You're going to want to blacken out the corners of your teeth to make it look like they're little points, like razor sharp, miniature shark teeth. But honestly, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to. They have a painted on version of this that I was trying to find but couldn't, which would have probably been a little bit easier than this. And girl, another thing that sucks about doing this whole entire look when you're putting stuff on your teeth is you realize how not white your teeth may be, because if you put pure white paint next to your teeth in comparison, your teeth are going to look yellow no matter what. This stuff is like, you know when you buy some really bomb candles and they smell so good and you're like, oh my gosh, these smell so good, I want to eat them? Yeah, this is like if you ate them and crunched up some Crayola crayons in your mouth and decided to like let it sit in your teeth. It doesn't taste horrible, but it feels disgusting, gets everywhere because your saliva sometimes makes it crackle and just like you're just spitting this black gunk everywhere. Now, to create the outfit of the other mother, I had to make my own. I took this cape that I found, it was the very last one, I was so lucky. Took some white acrylic fabric paint and then painted on all the designs on it. Cut some holes on it so I could make it look like a dress. Now to make our eyes look like they have no life. And the authentic Coraline look with the button eyes. I mean, if you really want to do Coraline instead of the evil mother, you could actually just do these with a blue wig and a yellow coat and actually be Coraline. We're gonna get some spirit gum and some buttons I bought at the craft store. You want them to be big enough to cover your eyes, but not too big to where they're gonna be on top of your eyebrows. Put that spirit gum on like your actual skin where it's going to touch the button around your eyes, and also put it on the back of the buttons. And then you're going to wait for it to get tacky and a little bit dry, and once it's tacky and sticky, you are going to slap it onto your eyes. If you have very sensitive eyes like me, do not do this because I ended up crying. Instead, I would paint on actual images of buttons on top of your eyes, like over them, like how I usually do it, because I don't want you to sting your eyes out, and I don't think you do either. And then I'm going to take down my hair, and I had it parted down the middle in the beginning for a reason, because the other mother from Coraline has really greasy, sleek, short hair. So it's perfect if you have dirty hair before this, because I mean, as long as it's straight, it's gonna work. And if you have like shorter layers, you could bring those to the front and leave your longer hair in the back like I'm doing. And we are not done yet. Take one of the buttons off your eye if you need a chance to see better to do this, because we're going to take some black face makeup and slim down our face to make it look more sunken in and hollow and creepy. You're going to make like you're doing giant sideburns, but they are going to be like the cheekbones sunken in on the sides of your face. They do not have to be that detailed, just even. So after you're done with that, put the button back on your eye and you are done with your look. I hope you guys like this tutorial, even though it is super creepy. I know a lot of you guys have been requesting for me to do a Coraline tutorial. I thought this was so much more scarier and creepier for Halloween coming up. I hope you guys liked this and that I didn't scare you off too much. I think I'm even scaring myself a little bit. All the products that I used in this video will be listed down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And what I would like to know is, what is your all-time favorite creepy movie? Because I think this one's one of my all-time favorites. It might be my actual all-time favorite. And I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you later. Sweet dreams. Bye. You want to look like you've been squinting and about to be really angry and fight someone. Not like a ghetto dirty fight you may be used to while you go to school and all those bullies, but a fight like you want to suck someone's blood. Lightly strokes up on your frown wrinkle marks on your face. Girl, if you don't have frown wrinkle marks, you may have had Botox, I don't know. I always tell you to not make your eyebrows look hardcore chola, but this time you are going to make them have a little bit of attitude, maybe more of an arch.